strangers. Yes, it's me again, and yes, I'm still going to milk the I'm on holiday motif that I've got going on here. So at the moment on top of a sand dune, which is like a mountain of sand, a hill of sand, at the end of the beach. Just some perspective, the tide's out, I'll give you a quick view of the beach before I tell you about today's video. Isn't that sunset beautiful? This video will come to you in two parts. Part 1, living alone. So, I'm not sure if any of you guys know this, but I live with my mother in London, in Kent normally, and this is the first time I've been on holiday in 5 years, brilliant, and first time I've been home alone, looking after myself without a adult nearby. I've not really been classifying myself as an adult, if I'm honest. It's been a bit of a learning curve, so I've learned lots of interesting things about me I want to share. So number 1, I did not anticipate how bloody terrifying it is staying in an unknown house by yourself at night. The central heating kicked in around 4 AM, and I swear to God, sounded like there was a serial killer in the kitchen. It was terrifying. But I learnt a few other things, like I learnt I'm not as much as a slob as my mother keeps telling me I am. Although I do leave a mess, I don't leave things on a complete tip, which I'm quite happy to say. I've also learnt that planning is essential. So, for example, I'd filmed my other video out on the beach looking at the wondrous shipwreck behind me, which we'll talk about in a minute. And I filmed that, thoroughly enjoyed it, got home, complete pitch black, didn't know the streets, got lost a little bit. I actually filmed an extra video while I was sitting on the bench, half terrified if I couldn't get home or not. I'll try and edit that in if I can. Hello, starting as strangers. As you can see, it is now dark. I'm still walking back from the beach. I'm a little bit lost, not gonna lie. My cough's come back, which is great. I'm due some more medicine, and it's terrifying. So yeah, planning is essential. As my dad used to say, piss poor preparation equals piss poor performance. It's little things I didn't even pick up on, like I'm rubbish at doing portion sizes for meals. I had a packet of chips inside. You would call them fries, I called them chips. And I dished them up on my plate, and I gave myself enough portion size for 3 people. And then finished it all and wondered why I felt so full up. So that's something I need to work on. But it's little things like that you don't really think about when you start living by yourself. But yeah, tomorrow my mother's picking me up. I'll be back home where my next video should be set, and that will go back to normal. But it's been a good learning curve. Part number 2 is about inspiration. So my video about the vampires and wizards duel in Holborn in London was really popular. Everyone seemed to enjoy it, and I love picking up little stories like that. Now the town I'm living in now is near a military base where they're practicing live ammunitions. Behind the live ammunitions you've got a secret water supply that feeds out directly into the sea. It's just little things like that, things that you only hear about in books that are in real life that really do spawn inspiration. But the military own the live shooting range, they own the base there, they have some sort of secret operations happening on the rocks where they're moving the rock face of the cliff. So this is a sand dune, as you can see. Further down there it's just pure rock. And they also own the water supply. So stuff like that really could easily just spawn a story like that in my mind. The pieces are already there, just whirring away, waiting for a spark. Going back to inspiration, you remember the good old shipwreck I found? I will insert a quick video behind me. Behind me? I'll insert a video if you don't remember it. But I was really interested about this wreck. I was trying to do some research, and as many of you are on the Adult Nerd Fighters page, I made a post on there about it, or a subthread, which got over 100 comments in the end of me and this one girl trying to track down the shipwreck, and it was absolutely fascinating. I asked around in the local pubs and clubs, well, pubs, and I don't go clubbing, and similar to Skyrim, that's where you get all the rumours and information and quest starters, and I got 5 different stories about the ship. Someone said it had just been washed up one day, it just appeared in the late 80s. Someone said it had been attacked by a submarine in the 90s, some sort of Russian submarine, I guess, and it had just been left beached up. Someone said it had been quite recent, and there was a recent shipwreck along here, which is quite cool. More on that later. And someone else said it's just been there as long as they or their granddad can remember. That's so exciting. It's so brilliant, isn't it? It is like a little urban mystery. We don't know how the shipwreck got here. Now, what you didn't see in the video was that further down the coast, there was a second shipwreck, almost a stone's throw distance. It was out past the low tide marks, you can't really see it, but it was this wreck of a 16th century ship. You can still see the remains of the wooden hull. How excellent is that? And best of all, in this area there is a urban legend called Dr. Sin, who was a smuggler in the 16th century. I haven't done research into him yet. I don't know if he is a race of real person or not, like Dick Turpin was. Who, coincidentally, Dick Turpin, the highwayman, lived near my towns. I live in Welling. He operated in Shooters Hill, which is a good 5 minutes away. Shooters Hill, named because he was a highwayman. But no, so no one knows how this shipwreck on the island, and I tracked it down with this girl online. Big shout out for that person helping me, by the way. You know who you are. MJ. Big shout out for MJ helping me out with this. And we discovered the ship is called the Theoman said 3000. And according to the record we found, which will show how accurate it is, it was out at sea, had a collision with a sailboat, limping back to port, and it was then struck by another ship and then was washed up on the beach here. The reason it's not been removed and it's still staying here is that it's very hard to dismantle a shipwreck. When you try to move it, it just disintegrates, and that will cause more danger zone over a wider area, and they might have to shut the beach, which obviously we can't have. So for now, it's just there sort of little curiosity. But with a 16th century smuggler ship next door, it does raise brilliant questions. And I just love finding little things like this. I think it's fascinating and video worthy. I'm now going to edit this video together. If you're watching it, you know I've done a successful job, and I will see you next Thursday. Take care, strangers.